Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Wednesday, November 15th. Another update in the market. Folks, it's raining here in Southern California. It's the first day since I've been here, almost 4 months now, three and a half months or so. It's raining, and it's a little chilly. It's like 65 degrees. Anyway. No big deal, folks. Better than the East Coast. So, big news. Big news. Today was the peak in the fiscal flows for the month of November. Now, I'm not gonna tell you guys what that means, because number one, you should already know if you've, been educated through my teachings, etc. And number two, I have subscribers. So like, if you want to find out, if you want to know what to do, you got to sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader. Go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com, and sign up for a 30-day free trial. So, like I've been telling you guys about the flows, and I give you almost exact dates of when things are going to happen. Because, this is just, I wanted to send out a thing today. I wanted to talk about what are the flows. Flows are it's like energy. It's like rocket propellant. And it's not about the stock market, okay? Like I had a guy on here one time saying, kind of mocking me, saying, oh, Mike Norman just thinks the flows go to the upside of the market. No, I never say stuff like that. I say the flows have to do with the economy. And if the economy is expanding, that means you're going to see corporate profits expand. And, that's what the stock market looks at. It's reflected in the stock market. And conversely, if the economy is contracting, corporate profits are contracting, there's less consumption, there's less investment, GDP shrinks. That's what the stock market reflects, okay? So it's like, oh, he only thinks that it goes to the buy. No, I never said that, man. I said, yeah, obliquely, there's a connection between the flows and the stock market, but that connection runs through the economic reality of the situation. So people say things like that, you're not listening. You're not listening. Smart people listen, okay? People who have a predisposed opinion, they just want to spout their viewpoint. It's like they got freaking earplugs in. They don't care. They're not listening to what I'm saying. They just want to say, oh, he said that. I never said that. Now, if I talk about the stock market, it's because I know a lot of you come here to hear my views on the market. But understand that my main thing here is, number one, I'm an economist, and number two, as an economist, I look at the macro economy, all right? And if I talk about stocks, which I do, I admit it, I talk about stocks, mostly to help you guys out, to be investors, but I don't only talk about, stocks, I talk about mental game and stuff like that. But understand that comes through an understanding of the macro economy. It's very important to make that distinction and to understand that distinction about me. Okay, there's a lot of other places you can go to. There's a lot of other, millions of other channels, I'm sure, on YouTube that you can go to where they talk uniquely about the stock market. They're looking at every squiggle. They're looking at every line. They're looking at, I don't know, the horoscope. I don't know what they're looking at. And I don't just trash these things lightly because, I've been doing this. Number one, I've been doing this a long time. Number two, you're going to find very few people like me. And again, this is not bragging. I'm just saying, if you look at my background, as educated as an economist, spent years on 4 different trading floors as a floor trader, as an independent trader on 4 different exchanges, okay? As a money manager for a large hedge fund, as a trader, a proprietary trader for a major bank, and then kind of re-educated as an economist when, I got into the whole MMT thing. I mean, there's very few people, if any, that you're going to find like me. I'm very unique in this regard. And again, please don't misconstrue. I'm not bragging. I come from a blue collar background. I'm not bragging about this. I'm just saying, appreciate it, because I went through a lot of these same things and it never worked out for me. What has worked out for me is this kind of macro approach and understanding really what drives the economy and staying away from crazy ideas like monetarism, which I hope that I have shown you guys how manic and crazy and misinformed and backward that whole, idea is. This is why I try to point out every single time where these people get whipped around like crazy and they show their true colors as just like emotional train wrecks, because I don't want you to be like that. I don't want you guys to be like that. I want you guys to be smart. I want you guys to make money. And I want you guys to be informed. I want you guys to be educated. I want you guys to be in control of your emotions. I want you to be rational. That's what makes the difference. So anyway, today was the peak in the fiscal flows for this month. We'll have another, and today's going to be, I'm telling you this right now, I'll give you this information. I don't have the numbers right now because they're coming out tomorrow in the daily treasury statement, but it's going to be like a 90 billion net flow. Okay? Because we're going to have today was the quarterly interest payment, and today was a Social Security payment too, so double. All right? And NASDAQ was not up that much. It was up more, it gave back some. Dow, S&P were up. Today was the peak in the fiscal flows. It's gonna subside a little bit going into December 1st. Remember, the first of the month is always those first of the month big payments when you got Medicare, Medicaid, military pay, veterans benefits, disability, all those things. That's another like 90 billion, 100 billion month leading flow. So what happens next? Now we're looking into December, because I told you guys everything. I said we're going to have a nice going into November 15th. You could go back and listen to my stuff. This is what's like, I don't know. I don't have a lot of subscribers here. I don't have a lot of subscribers from my report, MMT Trader. You would think I would have thousands and thousands. No, very few. And a lot of people, they sign up and they quit right away. I don't know. I mean, like, people don't recognize like good, useful, I don't know. I don't want to get off into that tangent. But all I'm saying is that I tell you guys this like months and months in advance. I already told you about the November 15th, we're going to lead up to November 15th, going to be very, very strong. Boom, it's very, very strong, right? We saw the monetarist zombies get crushed. We saw Michael Burry, stop himself out of his short position. All of this stuff I told you months beforehand. Who does this? Now I'm saying it's time to look for December 15th. Why? December 15th is another quarterly corporate tax drain. Like I'm telling you stuff like way in advance. And then I also tell you, like I've been saying on these videos almost every single time I make a video, keep in mind the overarching, the big macro picture. When you're running, when you're spending I have people, subscribers that say, Mike, don't you think, it's overdone and blah, blah, blah. And what about the war? And what about this? And all these external things. These external things, they're like traps. Unless the United States, I'll tell you this right now, unless the United States gets literally bombed and our production capability gets wiped out. And now I'm really going off on a crazy tangent, but I'm telling you guys, and it's sad to say, I'm not happy to say this, that there's war, but it's just all about these flows, man. As long as the economy runs, there could be a lot of external, like, what was bad? The sanctions and stuff, and the COVID. The COVID shut everything down. Okay, but then what happened? It was a reaction. There was a policy reaction that put money in people's pockets. But it put money in people's pockets when you didn't have the same supply situation. There was a supply shock. So yeah, we were going to get inflation. And the reaction to inflation was a bad reaction by the central bank, by the Fed, but that's what they do. And I told you, I gave you the exact date when the inflection point where the interest income transfers from rising rates would offset the negative impact of rising rates. I'll give you the exact date, last October. I mean, you could listen to me, you could not listen to me. It's a free country. I can't twist your arm. I can't force you. You could sign up and quit, 2 weeks later and say, thanks, you really educated me. You must be really, I don't get an education in 2 weeks. All right? I'm 66 years old. And I'm still learning, folks. So you guys who sign up and quit in 2 weeks and you said, hey, I learned it all, Mike, thanks. I'm impressed, man. Like, I'm 66. I'm still learning. I'm impressed that you've absorbed everything in 2 weeks. That's awesome. That is really, I gotta, what is it? Speed reading or something? I gotta learn your methodology. I gotta learn your tricks. I don't know, man. Anyway, what else can I say? Today was the peak in the fiscal flows. If you want to know what that means, if you want to know what to do right now, go sign up for my report. Maybe you can learn in 2 weeks and drop it at no cost. So go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com, and sign up. See everybody tomorrow. Bye.